Alright, hey everyone, this is Enigma here, and today we're going into part 3 in our tier list guide. There's something I have to talk about is that if you're expecting true differences in this part, there's really nothing to be surprised about or shocked, like, oh, I didn't expect that character to be in, because, this tier list is probably the most boring to talk about, because, there's no surprises or anything. It's, all the same as the last one. However, I'm so excited for the next tier list. I can't wait to share my ideas for that one. Um, but it's just, this part is just gonna be pretty boring, honestly. But if I want to continue this, finish the series, I'm gonna have to deal doing this part. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get right into it. That's all I really had to say. Besides, if anything shocks you, which I highly doubt will in this part, just remember that this is my opinion, and I'll say it again, I can beat level 9 computers with no problem for my age. I'm 15, I can beat level 9 computers fine. So I know what I'm talking about when I'm saying this stuff, because I'm very knowledgeable on this game, so yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the C minus tier. At number 20 is a surprise, and I said Fox. And the reason why I put him at number 20 is because well, he maintains his incredible movement, fast attack speed, high damage output, effective setup moves, especially his down aerial and a very fast 8-frame up smash with enough strength and reach to KO the majority of characters, reliably under 100%. Additionally, Fox possesses the fastest projectile in Brawl in his blaster, which is also transcendent. A long-reaching recovery with good mix-up and an effective semi-spike, and defensive stalling tactic in his reflector. Fox is notoriously frail, however, sustaining the fourth most knockback in Brawl, with rather poor vertical endurance, despite strong vertical momentum canceling abilities, and among the worst horizontal endurance. His endurance problems are exacerbated by his extreme falling speed and acceleration, which leaves him heavily vulnerable to combos and juggles, locks, and chain throws, some of which, including Pikachus and Sheets, can bring Fox to KO percentage from 0 damage, if not 0 deathing him outright. Additionally, Fox's attacks are very poor on shield, with high ending lag, low shield stun, and insufficient reach to hit opposing shields safely. Fox also has poor horizontal aerial movement and mobility, a tendency to over-rely on his up smash to KO, and a projectile without any flinch. Nonetheless, Fox's offensive prowess, since, he has tons of issues in, but he has many good things about him, but personally I think some of his flaws outweigh his pros and some of his pros outweigh his cons, so he's kind of even. So I don't know, but I think Fox is pretty even. So that's why I put him at number 20. He's only 5 tiers down from the past tier list, but yeah, that's why I put him there. Anyway, let's go on to number 21. At number 21, I said Ness. And the reason why I put him here is because he possesses a strong aerial game with very useful aerial attacks, as well as effective tilts, effective throws, a projectile with great trapping and damage potential, and PK Fire, a versatile projectile capable of very early KOs and mind games of PK Thunder, and multiple powerful, reliable finishers, such as back throw and back aerial. Ness is greatly hindered, however, by his limited and easily disruptible recovery, with rather poor reach in most of his attacks, possessing one of the worst set of smash attacks, and by the 10 additional frames of lag, he suffers when grab release, leaving him vulnerable to grab release follow-ups from almost every character, as well as infinite and zero to death grab release chain grabs, most infamously from Marth and Donkey Kong, but also Charizard and Squirtle. Ness overall has poor matchups with several counters, and he has had average tournament results. So that's why I put him here. His tournament results aren't necessarily bad, but he doesn't really have the best matchups, but like he has many good things about him though. However, he does have his flaws, and that's why he's not up higher. But you get the point. I think this is a perfect spot for Ness. I mean, he is pretty. Like he's ranked 26th on the official tier list, but I think he should be here. Um. So yeah. Um. Yeah, but let's go on to number 22. At number 22, we have Donkey Kong. And the reason why I put him here is because he possesses a combination of incredible power with many great finishers, especially in his smash attacks and incredible reach in his attacks. Along with his power and reach combination, Donkey Kong possesses above average movement with remarkably good movability for a character of his size, and many fast attacks such as back aerial and tilt. Additionally, Donkey Kong possesses by far the greatest horizontal endurance with his great weight and spinning Kong momentum, canceling, as well as one of the strongest vertical endurances and a recovery that gains great horizontal distance while protecting Donkey Kong, making Donkey Kong one of the hardest characters to KO. Donkey Kong's incredible weight is a double-edged sword, however. While it makes him incredibly difficult to KO, it also makes him incredibly easy to combo, juggle, and chain throw, including making him vulnerable to infinite and zero-to-death chain throws, most notoriously from King Dedede. Additional problems of Donkey Kong include most of his attacks having heavy ending lag, making it easy to punish most of his attacks. If he misses, being very vulnerable to Meteor Smash camps due to his recovery, gaining too small for a character of his size, leaving him heavily vulnerable to shield stabbing, and lacking a projectile, which when combined with his very large size and the aforementioned shield issues, gives Donkey Kong severe issues dealing with camping, while his rolls and air dodge are about average. His sidestep is the second slowest after Bowser. Overall, Donkey Kong has decidedly poor matchups while being countered by the majority of top and high tier, and is also hard countered by two and has achieved average tournament results. And Donkey Kong's the same way with Ness. Like he doesn't have the best matchups, but he has average tournament results. Um, yeah, and he has some good pros about him, but some bad cons. But overall, Donkey Kong is about average. He's pretty even. Anyway, let's go on to number 23. At number 23, I said Peach. And the reason why I put her here is because, well, I mean, because of her item-based turn-up projectiles that are very effective at keeping projectiles as bay when camping and by using glide tosses, and also aid her approach. Her aforementioned floating ability can be used in a number of ways, including aiding her recovery and allowing her to use aerials repeatedly without landing or having to jump between attacks, or when holding throwable items. She also has one of the best horizontal recoveries in the game, and is also good at edge guarding, comboing, and damage ranking. And she has a strong aerial game as a result of her floating. However, she is hindered by having difficulties in KOing opponents despite possessing as many moves with high KO potential due to the fact that they either have difficulty to land sweet spots, possess low base knockback, or have low knockback scaling or turn-ups. Also cover shorter distance than most projectiles when thrown, which when combined with her slow movement allows higher tier characters to camp better than her. She also has a poor endurance and momentum canceling, especially vertically, and is a tall character. She also suffers from a poor ground game with short reach, weak ground attacks, and mediocre throws, and the worst air dodge with 30 frames of ending lag, which when combined with her floaty falling speed, makes it difficult to defend against juggling and aerial follow-ups. In spite of this, she has mostly above average matchups, and including a winning matchup against the higher tier ice climbers and average tournament results. Peach is alright. I mean, I just don't think that she's that good. I think she's like kind of subpar, honestly. I don't think she's that good like she is in Melee, definitely not. But I mean, I think Peach is okay in this game. So anyway, let's go on to number 24, and we're going to be getting into the D tier. At number 24, we have actually either 24 or 25, I can't remember, but at number, yeah, is Kirby. And this is a pretty good improvement over his last ranking in Melee, where he was ranked dead last on the tier list. Um like I think that like but like on my tier list and in the official tier list he was ranked last, but spoiler alert for people who didn't watch my Melee tier list, although who would expect anyone else to be last, honestly. But jokes aside, let's talk about why I put him here. Um, like Kirby, like the reason I put him here is because he has one of the strongest combo abilities in Brawl, and he has many great setup moves and attacks that string together well. Additionally, Kirby possesses a strong grab game with an above average grab range, two great setup throws, and a throw that can even KO, which is rare among characters in Brawl. Kirby also has a far reaching and generally safe recovery. This disproportionately far disjointed reach in his attacks, fast and solid tilts, and an all-purpose attack in his back aerial, solid edge guarding capabilities, and both fast and very powerful finishers, with his forward smash being especially effective. However, Kirby suffers from slow movement speed, which, when combined with his lack of a solid projectile, creates difficulty approaching and dealing with opposing camping. Additionally, with his very lightweight and poor momentum canceling abilities, Kirby has one of the worst endurances. Kirby also has his power taper off greatly outside his finishers, giving opponents very high survival potential if Kirby can't land his finishers, and poor to mediocre aerials outside his back aerial. Overall, Kirby has average matchups, with generally poor matchups against top high tier characters, most notably being countered by three of the four best characters, and has achieved average tournament results. Kirby is he's a little bit better from Melee to Brawl, but he's still not the best character in the game, but he's alright. He's not that good, but he's pretty decent for what he can do. Let's go on to the next character. At number 25, we have Ike, and the reason why I put him here is because he possesses extreme power throughout his moveset, with some of the strongest attacks in Brawl, and nearly every attack of his is capable of KOing under 150%. In addition to this, Ike possesses arguably the greatest average reach in Brawl, made better by nearly every attack having disjointed reach and possessing many attacks with transcendent priority. Ike also has a recovery that protects him greatly. Great endurance thanks to his heavy weight and great momentum canceling abilities and fearsome edge guarding capabilities. Ike's biggest boon, however, is his amazing jab. That is fast, possesses great reach for a jab, deals high damage, and can jab cancel to create highly damaging combos and setups into KO moves, such as up tilt and back aerial. Ike suffers greatly through his incredibly slow and laggy moves, with the speed of his attacks being on par with Ganondorf for the worst in Brawl. As a result, Ike is highly reliant on reads and the spacing to land hits when his opponents are outside his jab range. Additionally, Ike's recovery gains short distance and is very susceptible to kimping, with semi-spikes being especially deadly. Ike also lacks any projectile, which, when combined with his large size and below average movement speed, plus mobility, makes it difficult for him to break through camping, as well as being incapable of camping himself. This overall results in average matchups with remarkably few counters for a mid-tier character, plus an even matchup against three characters in the top high tiers. Though his especially terrible matchup against Meta Knight is problematic, and Ike has achieved average tournament results. Um, Ike is Ike is kind of he's kind of not that good. He's of course he's I think he's probably the strongest character in Brawl. Don't you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he is or one of the strongest characters in Brawl. Um, but like that doesn't make him a top tier character. That just makes him unique. I mean, there's a lot of characters that are strong in Brawl. But yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the next character. For number 25, I said Sheik in the official tier list. She's also ranked 25th. And the reason why I said this is because her blinding attack speed from melee possessing some of the best movement and frame data, only rivaled by Meta Knight. Additionally, Sheik possesses a transcendent and fast projectile with high damage potential in her needles, as well as great combo ability and a lock in her forward tilt and that can rack up over 50% in damage on most characters. Her power was significantly nerfed from melee, however. She possesses few attacks that can KO under 150% outside edge guarding, and one of those few potential finishers, only two can be considered reliable in KOing her sweet spotted up smash, and the explosion and vanish, both of which are difficult to land. Sheik also has very poor endurance, suffering from the combination of being tall and light, causing her to sustain high knockback while being rather easy to hit, which is exacerbated by her poor momentum canceling and a short distance and easily hedgehogged recovery. Additionally, additional problems Sheik has include her fast falling speed, leaving her vulnerable to some juggles and chain throws, as well as short reach in the majority of her attacks. This has resulted in average matchups and below average tournament results for Sheik, despite ranking significantly higher than Zelda, who rests at 37th on the tier list, second to dead last. Her Zelda Sheik form is considered a better character and is ranked slightly higher than Sheik alone, currently 24th, mainly as transforming into Zelda can help elevate the very severe KO problems. Sheik has in some matchups such as against King Dedede. Um, Sheik is kind of she's not as good as she was in Melee, but you know, yeah, but the nerfs, man, you know, yeah, I know. But anyway, let's go on to number 26. At number 27, like you know how I said I wasn't gonna have a lot of surprising ones? Well, this one is pretty surprising, um and who I put here is Samus. And in the original tier list, she is ranked in the F tier, but in my tier list, I put her in the D tier. And the reason I put her here is because she has relatively fast attacks such as her tilts and her smash attacks, as well as aerials with nearly no landing lag. Along with this, Samus has her trademark BV of projectiles far reach in most of her attacks, and great horizontal survivability, possessing both strong horizontal endurance and a good recovery. However, Samus's knock KO potential has been significantly nerfed in almost every area from melee. Samus's strongest finishers don't start reliably KOing until beyond 125%. None of her potential finishers are especially effective. Her KOing problems are exacerbated by her difficulty in racking up damage on opponents. Most of her attacks deal low to mediocre damage. She has rather low attacking speed, combination of slow movement and her attacks being ending lag heavy, and has one of the worst comboing capabilities with few attacks. Being being able to set up her projectiles were also nerfed. Her super missiles take longer to fire as well as travel slower and being unable to KO until near sudden death. Percentages: her bombs no longer explode on contact, and a fully charged shot cannot KO reliably until 124% fresh. And it is rarely fresh, as Samus players must often use it to keep opponents at stay. Um, she has she has okay, but she's just okay. Okay, guys, sorry about the abrupt end. I thought something was wrong with the recording. But yeah, she's okay. I just like she's not that good, but she's okay in my opinion. Um, yeah, let's go on to the next character. All right, so for number 28 in the D tier, I said Yoshi. And the reason why I put him here is because he is a unique character and um he's a heavyweight, which is kind of surprising, honestly. With the fastest airspeed in Brawl, possesses a recovery that revolves around the best mid-air jump in Brawl, and possesses a unique shield that does not shrink, making him completely immune to shield stabbing. Yoshi in general has greatly all-around movement speed, possessing a fast walking and dashing speed to complement his airspeed and fast attacks throughout his moveset. Additionally, Yoshi possesses grab release options on several characters, which include chain grabs on nearly half the cast and a forward aerial meteor smash follow-up, which is complemented by one of the best pivot grabs. Yoshi also has among the best horizontal survivability, with above average vertical survivability due to his heavyweight status and average falling speed. Good reach, all around a great set off move, a great get-off move in his jab, and a great anti-air projectile and egg throw. Yoshi has some strong flaws, however, the most major of which being his abysmal out-of-shield options, as he is unable to jump out of shield, the only character with this hindrance, which combines with his slow standing grab and poor roll dodge for one of the worst close-up games, resulting in Yoshi being easy to pressure. Yoshi also has an over-reliance on his double jump to recover, making footstool jumps, meteor smashes, or certain special grabs very dangerous to him. Although he can air dodge during his second jump to grab to gain invincibility, other flaws include his slow and laggy standing and dashing grabs, and an awkwardly large hurt box on his nose that makes it easier to hit and space Yoshi. Overall, this has resulted in average matchups and average tournament results for Yoshi. Yoshi is kind of subpar, honestly. He's not the best character in the game, but he does have some pretty good flaw. I mean, good pros about him, but he has very strong flaws that just make him very unviable. But anyway, let's actually that's the end of the video. Let's just go check out the rankings for this video. And there we have it, part three's version of the tier list. There's the C minus and D tier covered. And yeah, out of all of the rankings on the tier list, I think this is probably the best one I have that makes the most sense. But like for at least for other people, I mean everything on my list makes sense for me because like I think this is how the characters stand. But like I think that these characters are I feel like I forgot to mention this, but like this was the point in the list where I actually start to kind of bash these characters instead of like root for them. But like yeah, like I personally think that the best part of watching tier list videos is the part where they bash these players because of how like if they're a bad character, you get to bash them all you want. But I'm pretty happy with it. Um, Something else I want to change. So I'll see you guys for the next part and last part. The last part will be uploaded tomorrow, which will be covering the E tier, F tier, and G tier. So see you guys then. See you next time.